The Imitation Game. The year was 1950. Computers were gigantic, clunky machines that took up entire rooms and mostly just did math. But a brilliant British mathematician named Alan Turing asked a wild question: can machines think? Because we can't exactly look inside a computer's brain to see if it's thinking, Turing came up with a game to test it. He called it the Imitation Game. Here's how it works. Imagine there's 3 separate rooms. Room A has a computer program. Room B has a real live human. Room C has you, acting as the judge. You can't see or hear who is in room A or B. You can only communicate with them by typing messages back and forth on a screen. You can ask them anything. You could ask about their favorite pizza topping, ask them to write a poem, or ask them a philosophical question. The goal of the human, to prove that they are the real human, and the goal of the computer is to trick you into thinking that it is the human. If the computer can fool you enough times that you can't tell which room holds the human and which holds the machine, the computer passes the Turing test. The era of AI. For decades, computers were terrible at this game. If you asked an early computer, "How do you feel about rainy days?" it might crash or give you a dictionary definition of rain. It was easy to spot the robot. The most a computer could do before AI would be to mimic a previous response from a user, which would be detected by the user asking a follow-up question. But today, things are completely different. We live in the era of artificial intelligence. You've probably heard of smart chatbots that can write essays, tell jokes, and even give you advice. If you put one of today's advanced AIs into room A, it would probably talk about how much it loves the combination of olives and mushrooms on a stuffed crust pizza. These modern AIs are so good at mimicking human conversation that they can easily pass the original Turing test. This brings up a massive question. If a computer can perfectly fake being human, does that mean it is actually thinking? Because AI has gotten so good at the imitation game, Alan Turing's original test isn't quite hard enough anymore. We need to evolve our tests for the future. Today's computer scientists are trying to build new puzzles to figure out if AI is truly smart. So for example, instead of just testing if a computer can chat, new tests check to see if the AI can understand humor, maybe explain why a joke is funny instead of just memorizing the punchline. They're seeing if it can solve physical puzzles, such as packing a weird shape onto a box. All of these are new tests which are being used to replace the original imitation game. So, dear listener, I leave you with this question. How would you, in the modern world, figure out the difference between a computer and a real person?